Take a look at any major corporation today, and you'll find a surprising financial reality. Up to 30% of a company's revenue is generated by products that did not exist 5 years ago. To survive, businesses must constantly invent. This diagram shows the on-off matrix, a framework companies use to map out how they will grow. That growth usually comes in three forms: market-leading breakthroughs, line extensions that add to an existing family of products, or simple product refreshes. Chasing these new offerings is expensive. In industries moving at the speed of technology, a company might divert up to 7% of its total sales straight into research and development. That is a massive financial gamble, spread across a wide array of unproven ideas. Relying on intuition to decide which of those ideas gets manufactured is incredibly dangerous. Guessing wrong means sinking capital into a product the market actively ignores, absorbing losses that can cripple a business. To prevent that, companies use a framework called the stage gate model. It operates as a ruthless, data-driven filtration gauntlet. At every stage of development, an idea must prove its commercial viability, or it is immediately killed. This summary text outlines the core function of market research in the earliest stage, concept creation. Long before engineering begins, researchers test the raw idea to identify fatal flaws. Think of it as a rigorous vibe check. Researchers present the concept to potential users to gauge their initial impressions, their likes, their dislikes, and most importantly, whether they actually intend to buy it. If the concept survives, it advances to stage 2, the business case. Consumer sentiment is no longer enough. Survival here depends entirely on cold economic math. First is the total available market, or TAM, the hypothetical maximum spend from everyone who could use the product. Inside is the served available market, the SAM. If this slice is too small to justify costs, the project is rejected. The gate stays closed. These early gates force a reality check on the business. They ensure that ideas with weak financial prospects are discarded before the company spends a single dollar on tooling or materials. Concepts that pass the business case move into stages 3 and 4, development and validation. The theoretical math is finally forged into physical prototypes. This is where products undergo grueling qualitative user trials. Real consumers test the prototypes, critique the interface, and deliberately use the product in ways it wasn't intended. The design is pushed to the breaking point. Exposing a critical design flaw in a testing facility might cost a few $1,000s. Discovering that same flaw after a global supply chain has shipped 1 million units costs millions. When a prototype passes validation, it hits stage 5, launch and monitor. The product arrives on shelves, but the research does not stop. Analysts immediately begin tracking new data points. They measure exact switching rates to see who is abandoning competitors. They assess overall customer satisfaction and calculate the precise likelihood that a user will recommend the product to a friend. The validation loop never closes. By feeding real-time market data back into the company, teams can adjust their marketing, refine their pricing, and course-correct to protect their initial investment. So, at the exact moment of decision, how does a company choose to open a gate and let a product advance? They remove human emotion entirely. Executives don't vote based on whose idea it is. Instead, they rely on predetermined success criteria established long before the testing even begins. This chart visualizes the ultimate filter, top box scoring. It breaks down purchase intent from negative responses up to the highest tier. Products don't advance just because people say they are good. Researchers isolate the percentage selecting the absolute highest option, definitely would buy. To survive the gate, the prototype must hit a precise percentage hurdle in that top box, say 33%. If it hits 32, it goes back to the drawing board. Corporate innovation relies on strict market research gates to systematically eliminate failure. By the time a new product rolls off the factory floor, its commercial success has already been engineered.